Hey, hey, can I get a junk house the Ocky way?
Sure. First, we put Cordell on the grill. Then, we put Caleb on the grill.
This
Then,
hurts.
you put him on a bun. Then you get Sammy, put Sammy on a bun. Then you put the sandwich on the paper. And the result is...
OMG.
Can't forget the Bev.
Never, never.
Welcome to Jug House.
It's a psychobilly freakout.
I am immensely disappointed in you two. I don't know what that was, but I hated every second of it.
So Cordell, are you familiar with the application known as TikTok?
Have you ever heard of TikTok?
I'm aware of it. I am not a participator. I might be what you call a conscientious objector.
So there is a man on the TikTok that has a bodega in New York. And he is known for people coming in and asking for what some people would call ridiculous things, and then asking for them the Ocky way. Which
well,
means,
for example, like one video I was watching earlier was, it was basically like a cheeseburger with peppers on a Fruit Loop pancake bun sandwich.
yeah,
The Ocky way.
the Ocky way. And so this man is just like, I'm going to take what you said and I'm going to do it, but I'm going to step it up a notch. And so you're going to get your double cheeseburger with hot peppers on a Fruit Loop pancake, but I'm also adding deep fried mozzarella sticks as the cheese for the cheeseburger. Let me add 2 kilograms of bacon. Like, this man just kind of goes all out. And then
just demolishing the food.
Can't forget the Bev. That's what he always says.
He says these very specific things every episode, every video.
Got it.
So like the first thing is whenever they ask for it, he goes, I actually have it on my soundboard. So they were like, I want this sandwich, blah, blah, blah. The Ocky way. And he goes, sure. And then he always like, the way he paces it, it's like, then you put it on a grill. Then you chop it up. Then you dip the fries in the fryer. And it's just...
But you put the Fruit Loops in the pancakes. Like, it sounds like his voice is very relaxing to me. Because it is the ultimate, like, it sounds like a blend of, like, every New York accent you could possibly think of. Yeah. Like, this man just has got it. I would come on the show. Bodega guy from New York that does that food. Come on the show. I would love to just show. I would love to just talk food with that guy, because that would be. Thank you for agreeing. I didn't think you'd get back to us that quick.
That is contractual. He's obligated now. We got him.
Trial version.
Oops. Oh no.
Were you trying to do the shore again?
No.
Trial version.
I just have the trial version I need to get. No, I'm kidding. That's my friend.
That was funny. That was funny. That was a good joke. Well,
I can tell already this is going to be the episode where Cordell spends the whole time trying to keep up with the bit.
That's fair. Well,
and it's going to be magical.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Junk House. I'm Caleb.
I'm Cordell.
I'm Samantha.
Yeah, we didn't say our names up top, really, so I figured,
I feel like if they're
they already kind of know, right?
Or in the podcast itself, they probably know.
Yeah.
They just sat through us.
I just
talking about the Ocky way.
I just like to imagine that every episode is somebody's first. And so I want to make sure my name's out there. Yeah. I
treat every episode like it's my first.
I treat every episode like it's my last.
Oh wow, live like you're dying.
wow,
What a good
that's
song.
beautiful.
Record podcasts like you're dying.
That
Yeah.
if I was
Screaming.
Yeah.
I was about to say in a hospital, but
Yeah.
Painfully.
painfully with
That's very depressing to start out the podcast.
record hospitals like you're dying on a morphine drip. All right,
Okay.
let's
do
go.
you know what
That's
a
fine.
memento mori is?
Isn't that just like how you're remembered? Like a little
Isn't that a
object
character in
or
Critical
something?
Role?
Well, so there's like an actual thing that they'll put in paintings back in the day. You know, back in the times when they were doing Renaissance paintings. Can't remember the name though of the time period. But like it is an artistic or symbolic thing that's like, hey, remember the dead. And basically they used to put a lot of little skeletons in their art, like little skulls to be like, oh wow, death and stuff. What would be your memento mori? What would be the symbol to like remember Caleb's dead? What or remember Sammy's dead? What are you gonna pick?
Dang, I don't.
I'm wearing a sweater that I always wear that has stars on it. Maybe like stars with maybe Death Stars.
Ah, big old circles.
Big old circles. Yeah.
You know.
I like it.
I feel like mine would be like a D20, like a 2-dimensional like D20 with the 1, because I feel like that just you know, I'm still very proud of that podcast and what we're doing over there, and I'm the reason it happened. So
Yeah. So
sip.
What would be mine?
sip. I mean, you got to answer that for yourself. We answered that.
It's a
for
colossal
ourselves.
it's a colossal
Like-
dreadnought.
No, don't. It's not that guy.
Best card.
But like
a
that's the
rat.
thing is, I kind of in this. I've never been upset about being somewhat well-rounded, but in this moment, I'm like, I don't think there's any one thing about me, and that's upsetting. Like I need a quality that just defines me now. Maybe like a book or my cats. One of those two. Just like
A book
my
about
two
cats.
A book about cats. The book says all about cats.
All about,
And,
or it has
yeah.
a little cat paw on the front.
When I
If you don't know bad
think
words.
Cordell Hutchison,
Yeah.
one of my first thoughts is a cup of hot chocolate.
Oh, I love hot chocolate.
Ooh.
So that is what I am suggesting is
What
somehow
a cozy thought. I love that. That's really cute.
yeah.
I like to think if hot chocolate were a person, it'd be pretty close to me.
I
can
really
agree
think
with that.
so.
I like that. You have warmed my heart.
It's kind of like my first thought when I think Sammy, it's Sylveon. You know, those two are just like intrinsically tied.
My first thought when I think Caleb is more of a little movie that plays in my head. And do you remember, Caleb, in our freshman year when I rolled a ball down the dorm hallway and had you chase it?
I'm very bad at picking things up from the
Yes.
floor.
And so this this ball is gently rolling down the hallway, and Caleb is just like doing his funny shuffle after it, trying to bend over, and every time he bends over, it's out of reach again. That is the thing that I think of when I imagine Caleb. Is that little movie
It's like a
plays in my head?
Sisyphean. It's like a Sisyphean curse, honestly.
Yeah, it is my core memory of Caleb.
Make sounds like you're doing it. Like you're.
It's like I'm kind of shuffling.
Okay, I'm sorry. That felt like bullying.
No, that was perfect. No, because it's like
Rolling the ball down the hallway was bullying. Like,
Okay.
yeah, because here's like Cordell would be like, "Go get it," and then just roll it down the hallway. And like sometimes it wouldn't just be a regular ball; it would be a bouncy ball, and that made it like 30 times worse. Because then it would bounce, and I'm like, "Fuck, this is bad."
yeah.
Oh, bad.
Shit, it was bad.
But that's my like thought of Caleb. Because it's one of my favorite things and one of the worst things I ever did. I kind of bullied you when we lived together.
Yeah.
You remember when you
okay.
fell off your bike and hit your head and I tried to convince you had a concussion and we're losing time?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
you did do
God.
that. Yeah. So like I wound up like in my freshman year at Harding, broke my foot. Separately from that, I broke my foot just walking. It wasn't even like, oh, look at Caleb do this cool big flip. I was just walking and somehow broke my foot. Horrible. And then the next semester, I was, riding my bike to work because I worked at a restaurant in the town that we all have in common. And I had to be there at like 6 a.m. And so I got there, and then I even remember this day because I brought Cordell back food from said restaurant.
It was really good. It was good.
With a broken foot?
No, at this point it was like a sprained wrist from falling off, and I hit my head so hard that I was like very woozy and had trouble climbing the stairs. But I then brought Cordell the food. And I was like, here you go. I brought you food. And like 5 minutes later, he's like, man, you've been back for hours. Are you ever going to leave this room?
Well, hey, wait.
Oh my God.
What I will say is that before beginning to prank Caleb regarding his head injury, I did walk him to the nurse. I made sure he got to the nurse to be checked out and made okay. Like, I did my diligence as a friend and roommate, and then I proceeded to gaslight him for a couple days.
It was very funny.
That's fair. That is very fair.
The duality of man.
Yeah, I will say, as much as we both bullied each other back in the day, we were also both extremely there for each other at all times.
Yeah.
Fun times.
Good
time.
Great country.
98.4. Do you guys want an update on my Transformers journey?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, and a formal apology if you have one loaded up. I love when you apologize.
So I have not been able to watch as much Transformers as I thought I would because my wife has been home very sick. At one point, I had to bring her to the ER because she was severely dehydrated. It was not a fun week this past week. So I have not been able to watch the Transformers, but I was able to watch the Bumblebee movie from 2018 because that was one of the things suggested to me. So I was like, okay, we'll watch this.
We can do at least that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I didn't do, to be honest. I haven't seen it.
Don't. It is a dog shit movie. I want Haley Steinfeld, the lead actress of this movie, to write me an apology for her being in the movie. It is so bad. Like, even like Transformers, I don't like. If I even took out Bumblebee, this is a bad movie. 100%.
Interesting.
It is a just bad experience. I hate it. It makes me want to throw up. It is bad.
This is a Frogger thing, isn't it, Caleb?
No, it's not even that, okay? Because it's basically like, Bumblebee's on Earth alone. There's no other Transformers. Okay?
Just real quick, I'm sorry, just for some context, since I haven't seen it, I was just looking up reviews. And at least Rotten Tomatoes gives it fresh. It's 91.
Yeah.
And Letterboxd, it's a 3.2 out of 5.
I agree more with
this
Letterboxd.
Might be a hot take, is all I'm saying.
I will say about the movie is that it is more in the vein of a like coming of age movie than it is of a typical Transformers action fest.
Yes.
Like if you go into it ready for like Michael Bay junk, you're not going to get it because it's more about like her and Bumblebee bonding in this kind of like Spielberg way, you know? Like it's a coming of age E.T. Boy Meets Car kind of story.
Okay.
More than like
Boy
action
Meets Car.
Yeah, Boy Meets Car, that classic storyline.
Hey,
anyway.
We've all seen Christine and Knight Rider.
No, neither of those have I seen. Anyway, if this focused... Okay, the problem with this movie is that it tries to spin two plates at once of coming of age movie
Yeah.
and Transformers movie. And it doesn't do either of those well because it keeps trying to do the other one. Because there are like some action sequences because it's a Transformers movie and he fights a Decepticon at one point, and like that's fun. It's Blitzwing is the Decepticon that's in the movie.
Blitzwing. That sounds dope.
And yeah, Blitzwing is in the movie for like as like kind of the villain. It's just a 3.2 is accurate. Letterboxd is fine. It is if you like Transformers and you're going into this not like as Cordell said, not expecting Michael Bay action the whole time, it's there. It's fine.
It exists, yeah.
It also takes place in 1987.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it is not like a contemporary modern Transformers story. It's kind of a prequel of sorts.
Yeah. And it's just it like some of the elements that it tries to do is like spy movie while also becoming a coming of age, while also being it tries to do too much and it suffers for that. Cause like you have like the Decepticons are like capturing Bumblebee and they're like trying to get him to reveal where Optimus is, and Optimus he doesn't want to do that.
Where is he?
And
Tell us where he is.
And so then you know they tear out his voice box, which is why Bumblebee has a thing. But the voice was Dylan O'Brien when Bumblebee had a voice, and that felt very weird to me. It's just it's not. Is it the worst movie I've ever seen? No. Is it good? No.
Rude. I've two comments about it. The first being, this movie does include one of my favorite like jokes about the Transformers lore, and it's John Cena's military character dude being like, "Why do we trust this guy? They literally call themselves Decepticons."
Yeah.
And
yeah, that was
funny. That is a funny moment. But apparently, the Rise of the Beasts movie that's coming out this year, the Transformers, is a direct standalone sequel to Bumblebee. It apparently is taking place in 1994.
Are they just like rebooting everything?
Well, a little bit, because there was a like mid-credit sequence for Bumblebee where it showed Bumblebee going into a jungle and meeting Optimus. So that does make sense that it's a direct sequel kind of.
I'm trying to look up the like continuity real quick.
Yeah, the Transformers timeline.
You know, the Transformiverse.
I will also say I do have mad respect for the Transformers series in that they are keeping Peter Cullen relevant by having him be the only person allowed to voice Optimus.
Good.
And yeah, so here's the thing.
And am
I gonna go see Rise of the Beast? Maybe. Might be. I think watching this movie at home also made it suffer. I think these are very much go see it on a big screen movies. So
yeah, it's that big action.
Yeah. So because Transformers: The Last Night came out in like 2017, bombed hard, an estimate of $100 million loss. But then it's the Bumblebee is the sixth film in that series, so it's technically still a part of the OG movies.
Yeah.
But it's like set in the past. What I'm curious about is that Rise of the Beast is like taking place in 94. There's a sequel coming out in 2024 called Transformers: A New Generation. So this might be building to some kind of reboot. I don't know how they do that though, like, because assuming this is the direct past of the movies we've already watched, then I think there's kind of a snarl they got to figure out of how do they have a new generation, or How does Earth get surprised by Transformers when they've been fighting for 40 years already?
Yeah.
So I'm
Hmm.
curious to see how they resolve it, but what I'm feeling the most, honestly, I want to rewatch all the Transformers movies.
I don't think I've seen. Well, I think the only one I
I've
haven't
not seen
are
Last Night.
Bumblebee or Last Night.
The one before Last Night was so bad.
Yeah, Age of Extinction, right? That
Yeah.
had was that the one
I
with
don't-
the Dinobots?
Yeah. And then Last Night was like, remember when they were also King Arthur?
And Optimus was like buff as shit.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say it was very fun at our friend, former guest of the show, Drew's wedding, because it was in like the Detroit area. Several times, all of us as the bachelor party would be like, I can't believe they built this whole city for Transformers. Can't believe Michael Bay did this for us. And
I
like
mean,
we
it's
did that. We
impressive.
made that joke so many times. And I think at one point the fancy restaurant we went and ate at was in a hotel. And at one point one of the groomsmen kind of like elbowed me a little bit and was like, that's Optimus Prime's dick.
right there in broad daylight, dude.
Right
he
there,
could go to
just
jail
bald,
for that
just
shit.
a dick out, broad daylight.
God damn.
Well, lest we forget, in one of the Transformers movie, you see the balls of a Transformer.
Yeah, well, you do.
That whenever they make like Destroyer or whatever his face is, which I had the toys for, and it was really cool, but also a hot mess to keep together. Devastator, that's its name.
Devastator.
But like he was like several machines that came together, Caleb, and one of them was a couple wrecking balls. And so as he's climbing a pyramid to go fight a bunch of Autobots, the human characters look up and see his wrecking balls clanging together on his crotch.
Oh my god.
And it's a very classic, very high class humor moment.
Sounds like a very
good
classic
bit.
Michael Bay moment.
It is.
honestly.
Indisputably Michael Bay.
Well,
Like Michael Bay just.
Well, Michael Bay. Speaking of Michael Bay. Oh no, that might be a hint. To what, you might ask? Well, we read reviews and they're really bad, so guess the movie.
I love
I missed
segment.
this one.
I love this
We
one.
haven't done it
Yeah.
in a while. Okay, well, welcome back. Since we haven't done it in a while, I'll remind everybody what's happening. I have pulled up the worst reviews on Letterboxd for a specific movie. I will read a couple of those. They already have the hint that Michael Bay has something to do with this movie. But here we go. They got to guess the movie. So this one, we got our first half-star review.
Okay.
It's as if someone had never seen this animal before and was asked to draw one from a child's description. Truly one of the worst movies ever made. Shh. The next one is starting now. I don't know. Here's a different one because it seems like you're a little stumped. I don't know what's worse. The creepy The creepy human looking animal or Megan Fox?
There's
Michael Bay was involved somehow.
He produced this movie.
He produced.
Produced.
Yeah, he's a producer.
because that's the thing is I'm Michael Bay has just kind of done a lot, and a lot of it's like not things I'd think are Michael Bay too.
Why do I feel like it's something like Anaconda? Because I know that is a movie.
Human looking animal. Could we have any kind of hint, Samantha?
I was about to. Yes, I'll just reread this first one, but I'll put the animal in. Does that feel
Okay.
like too much?
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good.
It's as if someone had never seen a turtle before and was asked to draw one from a child's description.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, got it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The
Yes.
first Michael Bay one.
Correct.
Yeah, because then
Ding,
there's
ding,
Out
ding,
of the
ding,
Shadow.
ding. Yeah. 2014 Ninja Turtles. And I'm
That
bringing
was
up- what?
yeah. No, that was one of those movies that my choir director put on for us at least 2 times a year.
Okay. The 2014 one?
Yeah.
That is very interesting.
I will say, as much as that movie was a little bit of a garbage fire, it does have the scene where they're in the elevator. Maybe it's a sequel. Anyway, the scene where they're all in the elevator going to the top of the floor and they just start like jamming out together, like doing rhythms and like just getting down. And I think that's fun and good. But that's it.
I was honestly just bringing this up because I've been kind of reading some of the old Ninja Turtle comic books recently.
Yeah.
Have you read any of them, either of you?
Yeah,
No.
they're wild.
They're wild and super dark.
I've heard about them, but I've not read them.
My favorite one is The Last Ronin. Do you know about, have you heard that?
I have not read it, but I know some of its like notoriety, if that makes sense. Like that it is very good.
Yeah. So are you okay if I spoil it?
Yeah, go ahead. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, go for it.
Okay. So basically, the entire story is Mikey coming to terms that all of his family are dead and were killed in different ways. And Mikey is like the last one. He was the greatest one. There was this animation that I'm gonna try and find. Let me do, because it was like somebody did this whole crazy 3D animation of The Last Ronin, and it's 4 minutes and it's sad, but it's so good. But like Mikey now has like the mask is black and he has like all of the different weapons. It's just, I guess I don't want to say too much because I do want people to go read it.
It is really. I've heard it's very, very good.
Yes. Sorry if that was like all over the place. Mikey's cool. I like it. That story basically implies that Splinter always knew Mikey was like, could be the best, could be the strongest. And like, that's why he gave him nunchucks, because it's like the hardest to master and would like, he has like ADHD basically, and it would like be a fidget weapon as well type beat. But Ninja Turtles.
So cool. Man, I'm so glad we started talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because Mitch McConnell looks like a fucking turtle.
Oh my god,
got him.
True. What the
That disgusting sack of a man.
So like this is like old news at this point, but I just want to talk about how wild it is that the Republican Party is tearing itself apart so badly.
Can you walk us through this a little bit?
So
Because I've kind of vaguely been getting that impression, but I just don't know what or where to follow to learn.
And I haven't kept up with Hassan recently, so I don't know a lot.
So do you guys know? You guys have definitely probably heard that like this year, the Speaker of the House nomination and election was wild.
Yeah,
it was insane.
I heard it was wild. I heard it lasted several days. People made a lot of memes. I didn't know why.
So normally basically what happens is the House has a clear, majority and a minority.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Whoever the people in the majority decide is gonna do it is the one that's gonna be Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
Right now, the Republicans have the majority in the Speaker of the House, and a lot of them were like, let's put Kevin McCarthy up as our guy.
Any connection to the OG McCarthy?
You know, I haven't actually looked into that.
I'll look
so
into that.
I don't.
You
so
carry on.
I'm not sure, but what if I told you that Kevin McCarthy was not Republican enough for some Republicans that aren't really Republicans? They're just fascists.
So the fascist Republicans wanted more intense person, and the regular, just kind of rough Republicans wanted Kevin.
Yeah, because Kevin McCarthy was on the board of people investigating one Donald J. Trump, the former president. And so, and so all these people, specifically people like Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, that kind of cohort. I'm spacing on one of the guys' names. He's a representative from Florida, Gates, Matt Gates. That's his name. Matt Gates. Those three were kind of the ringleaders of getting just enough people that Kevin McCarthy could not win a majority vote.
Those were, I do remember this now. Those were what were called the Never Kevers, right?
Yes, they called themselves Never Kevers.
They can't make a clever name to save their lives.
Yeah. It's very bad.
It would have been better to just say Never Kevin.
Never
or
Kevin.
Or the Nevin
Kevins. Nevin Kevin. I love it.
Kevin.
But here is also the problem is that to get support for Kevin McCarthy before the votes were happening, he passed out buttons that said okay, which were for only Kevin. And Kevin, you're probably not listening to this. If you want to drum up support for yourself, don't make it okay.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm gonna stick to party lines. Like, okay, whatever. Okay. If somebody says that I'm an okay person, I'm deeply offended.
Yeah.
You know, don't do that to yourself, Kev. Anyway, so these Never Kevers brought the threshold, like, basically made it to where, like, Kevin McCarthy was not winning. I'm double checking how many votes you need to be speaker. So you need, like, 217 votes. Which is a simple majority of the House. Then it's like one of the only things that we have a simple majority with. Most people, you know, most House votes, it's 2/3, but this one, it's just simple majority. They basically made it to where Kevin McCarthy, instead of getting 217, would only get 199. 212, something like that, and basically keep the vote that bad. This is the party in charge of the House, and they can't make up their goddamn mind about who's going to take a mostly ceremonial position. It's bad. It's a bad time.
I think what it's a sign of, though, and what could be potentially weirdly good down the road is that, like, if they're fracturing and if there is the, like, no, we're just full on fascists who want to be extremely hateful people versus like, well, some of us are actually just kind of small government, quote unquote, you know, like there's Republican and then there's like far right.
Yeah, I think we will see a splitting of the party in the next 20 years, honestly.
So if they split, then that leaves a weird kind of like majority going on for Democrats. However, that party is basically just like blue Republicans. So nothing's really going to shift or change. It's just going to make it a little bit nicer. I don't even know. Like, we need another split.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some major political splits going on. But normally, because it's a simple majority, the voter for Speaker of the House gets one vote. Like, that's it. It just requires one. Kevin McCarthy needed 15 votes before he was able to secure enough to actually become Speaker of the House. And it's only because he literally called people that didn't show up and said, I will give you money if you come and actually vote in-house. And he was basically making barters with people to just take a plane back so they could come vote again. Awful.
So I found this answer regarding are Joseph and Kevin McCarthy related?
Yeah.
And I liked this answer. Despite certain similarities, namely political cowardice and fecklessness and unprincipled ambition, the two politicians are not closely related through the McCarthy line. They have no common ancestors in the U.S.
I love that.
Way to just slam them both while answering a question elegantly.
Well, and speaking of political cowardice and fecklessness, the only reason Kevin McCarthy ever got enough votes is because he went up to Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert, and Marjorie Taylor Greene and said, I will give you what seats you want if you just vote for me.
Awful.
Damn.
That's exactly what they wanted.
That's exactly what they wanted the whole time. It's just insane.
Well, appeasement is a very helpful and productive strategy, historically speaking. It always ends well.
Appeasement is a helpful thing, except when you're dealing with Lauren Boebert, who is currently in the middle of a lawsuit, to the best of my knowledge. You're dealing with Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has multiple lawsuits going against her, and in the last Congress had all of her seats pulled away from her because no one trusted her, and Matt Gaetz, who's a pedophile. Like, you're dealing with three of the worst, and we're appeasing them, you know?
Well, I was making a joke about appeasing Hitler. And how that worked out.
Yeah.
That's what
that
I was
makes
getting
sense.
at. Was that, appeasement's a very helpful strategy. It was a joke.
Yeah,
was a
that
prank.
makes more sense. Also,
Classic prank.
speaking, Matt Gaetz voted for Donald Trump as Speaker of the House, which is legal. I will tell you this:
You can write in.
you can write in a vote, but also, and it technically Donald Trump can be Speaker of the House. It is like a very weird process, but he technically can be.
But like, what?
Why? When
Well,
Donald Trump
here's-
was sitting there saying, just vote for Kevin. Just vote for him.
But here's the thing about those three people is all of them
Ruined
garnered
Twitter.
the sway. Well, yeah, but all of them garnered the sway they have because of Trump era politics.
Yeah.
Trump's presence in the political sphere is the only reason they have the power they have. He encouraged hateful, ignorant people to start putting their money where their mouth is because he was like, hey, you can be hateful and ignorant and have a lot of backers. So now they are getting those same backers by being hateful and ignorant, but they need to keep riding his coattails. If they lose their connection to him, they lose a decent part of their base, I think. So him writing in that is like, yeah, it's stupid political theater. It doesn't even make sense. But also for the people who are just diehard, if Trump's involved, I love it. He's keeping their affiliation.
Yeah, he's keeping their
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Trump era politics, an update on how Trump was doing. This is from the end of 2022. Trump announced that he had a really big announcement coming up. Do either of you remember what the big announcement was?
Yes, I do. Cordell, do
Say
you
it like
know?
I didn't.
Okay. NFTs.
That's right. Trump got in the NFT market in the
He-
form of trading cards.
Everybody's like,
and
he's gonna announce his presidential candidacy for next race. Nope. Trump
It was-
trading cards.
they were limited edition, and you could get stuff as Donald Trump as a cowboy, Donald Trump on the moon, Donald Trump as Superman.
All of
and
these
many,
very badly photoshopped
yes,
stock images. Stolen
they
like stock
sold
images.
out in less than a day.
Because he has a cult of personality following him just because he made them feel secure and safe in being hateful, evil people.
Yeah. Now, another fun fact. Each individual trading card was $99.99 after taxes. Very specific, right?
Yeah.
You were limited, if you wanted to buy them, to 100. That is the max number you could buy.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Cordell, you're a math person, so I'm going to trust you to do this math for me. Can you take 99.99 and multiply it by 100?
I mean, we're just moving a decimal place over. It's 9,999.
And so for funsies, if we go to the IRS website and look up what is the max amount a transaction can be before you have to report it.
Oh.
Is it 10,000?
It's $10,000.
God.
So the entire thing was done in a way for him to maximize profits and not have to report them.
And here's the even sketchier part.
Oh my God.
Because he does not have to report them, anyone can buy them.
Yep.
And not worry about getting anything revealed about them. So let's say you, just hypotheticals here, have a certain other world leader that wants to support you and give you money because he's also a fascist and wants to give fascist people more money.
And he needs a secret avenue to donate to a future campaign or future pursuit without it being investigated or reported or documented. He could simply buy all of your NFTs
with different transactions
and
or
Caleb,
buy a lot of them.
Do we have an estimate of how many NFTs there were?
Oh, let me Google that. How many Trump trading cards were for sale? It's sold out in less than a day. They netted 4.5 million in sales, so $99.99 each.
Yeah, let me
5 mil. 45,000 is what it's saying, basically. Okay. Like just shy of.
Yeah. So just shy of $4.5 million immediately within a day given to Trump to spend however he would like, likely in a political campaign.
Yeah.
And likely, and because here's the thing, that to me at least reeks of, hi, I'm secretly getting money for my campaign. Everyone breaks these donation laws anyway.
Oh,
but like,
of course,
this is one of the more obvious ways of breaking this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's also the time that this went on sale also happened to come up when he had court fees to pay for. So he's definitely just, let's be honest about it, broke. He has no money anymore. And he's doing anything he can do to get it. Yeah, so that's
I've got no money.
Got no money.
I've got no money.
That is just some a little bit of a political fun stuff times. I begrudgingly but also lovingly keep up with politics so other people I know don't really have to.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions about politics,
who is Donald Trump?
Oh,
wait
God.
a second.
I'm kidding.
There's a knock at my door. Let me go get that.
Okay.
Oh.
Hello, my fellow Americans. It is I, John Normalman, and I am running for president in 2024.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Oh, dang. This is fun.
Yeah, so it is me, John Normalman. Ask me all the questions you need to get an idea for my politics, and I'll answer them.
Okay. How do you feel about the current Republican plan to eliminate the IRS and federal income tax and instead impose a 30% federal sales tax across the board?
I think that taxes are crime, but also theft, and also that they're good for poor people.
Good. Okay. Where were you on September 11th, 2001?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
Where were you? January 6th,
January 6th.
2021.
I was supporting my family of close-knit believers in an undisclosed house of worship.
Can you tell us more about your religion, please, John Normal Man?
John Normal.
So,
Man.
I, John Normal Man, believe in a faith that is really, really more about community. You know, it is about having all the people that you love supporting each other and pushing away anyone who disagrees.
Oh.
You know, if you don't have an out group, then you don't have an in group. So we're very dedicated to making a lot of out groups. Yeah, I would say that my religion is probably the three most important aspects: America, money, God, in that order.
Oh.
This is interesting. Please tell me, what party are you running with? Because I can't tell if this is Libertarian or Green Party right now.
Whichever one gets me the most votes.
Oh God, a coward.
The coward party.
I have a lot of strong beliefs, but they can and will change at any given moment if I can get better options elsewhere.
So, would you say that with a large enough donation, your beliefs will change?
Yes.
Perfect.
Unequivocally.
Oh, good to know.
Good.
I will never
Money.
back down and I will never
Money.
shift, but money talks, baby.
That's your slogan, right? Isn't that your campaign slogan? Money
Yeah,
talks?
it's don't tread on me, but if you put money on your shoes, you can tread all you want.
Yeah.
God damn it! But John
I know who
Norman,
I'm
are you
voting
are you running in 2024?
Yes, I am.
I would like to hear. Here is a $10 million donation from Junk House. And
we
you
got
have
that
to,
kind of money?
For John Normal Man, we do.
Okay, I guess I gotta sell more Pokemon cards.
I've already sold a kidney. Nobody wanted it because I'm diabetic. Can you just shift like all of your policies extremely far left?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything for the people. I'd give it all for the people.
Sounds great. Sounds like we got
A
it.
fat paycheck, it sounds like. All right, thanks.
I'm all about redistribution of wealth as long as it's not mine.
The charity of John Normalman.
Okay, guys, I gotta go make a couple stops. It was nice to meet you both. It was nice to see you.
Yeah, you got our
vote for me in
endorsement.
2024. Yeah, I got the money and I'm out, boys.
All right.
Gender neutrally, boys. I do respect all genders and sexual orientations.
Okay, good to know.
That's very good.
At least publicly on my Twitter. Goodbye.
Oh.
Oh wow. Bye,
Okay.
John Normal Man.
That was very strange.
That was, I think that was interesting having a political contestant
Yeah.
on our show.
I went to answer the door, got tased by a couple men in black suits, and when I woke up, all of my silverware was gone.
It's all
Just
gone.
your silverware?
All of it. Just my silverware. Like, I have a television and a switch right there. Only the silverware.
I mean,
Wow.
I guess that's nice that they only took that though.
I will say, John Normal Man seems like the kind of guy that eats almost exclusively with spoons. So,
It was probably the
did
FBI.
did you see him at all?
No, actually. Like, there was like two huge dudes in black suits, and then I got tased.
I can't even recall what he looks like. He just seemed like such a normal guy.
Yeah.
Huh. Do you think he accurately represented the average people?
I think he accurately represented the average politician.
Wow. He sounds like an incredibly normal man.
That we are endorsing now. So
We are endorsing
Yeah,
John.
let's hope his political pursuits go well.
Yeah.
John Normal Man 2024. That's right. Don't tread on me, but if you put some money on your boots, walk all over.
Oh my God. Is our first merch going to be John Normalman campaign merch?
Campaign buttons. Don't tread on me unless there's money on your boots.
We can do campaign stickers so easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is Conspiracy Carl? Does he have any? I guess we don't know. We haven't talked to John. We need to see.
We don't want to assume anything about Carl because as we have seen, he is kind of a loose cannon.
Yeah, he
But
again
Carl as
accused me of some unsavory things.
Yeah, which fits perfectly for a VP. Let's be honest.
Hey,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad we're now a John Normalman fan cast. We are going to help him get elected and change the world, I think.
We're changing it from Junk House to John Normal House.
John Normal House. Also, we can edit this out. It would be very funny to have an episode that is a political debate moderated by Sammi of Conspiracy Carl.
I was just
John
thinking about
Normal
that.
Man. Yeah.
They debate each other because I think
that.
Carl is left leaning. I really do.
Carl does not lean anyway. He's all over the place.
We'll
Did
do
you
that
like
next
John?
year.
Did you like John?
I love
yes,
John.
I did like John.
Okay.
Okay. Clappies for myself to know that this is the end of this part. Okay, cool.
Well, besides being a John Normal Man fan cast, we are also still Junk House, and Junk House is very glad and very thankful to another political figure in our time, the Reverend Horton Heat, for letting us use the song Psycho Billy Freak Out as our opening and closing music. And
From the album Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em.
From the album Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em, and take those words to heart, America. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
If you got them. We have a Twitter. Yeah, it's this thing still. Junk
Good
House
luck finding
Pod
us on your feed.
on your feet.
So you said it was Junk House Pod?
Junk
I
House
talked over
Pod
you.
at twitter.com.
If you want to email us, you can do so at junkhousemaiilbox@gmail.com. We have been receiving so much mail that I've been drowning in letters. They're virtual, but it's a lot.
They're virtual letters, and we have actually two, but this first one we're saving the next one for next week. So the next one for next week. But here we go. So this one was just like, okay, it's titled "Office Didn't Answer Sending Email." Okay, good afternoon, Dr. Junkhausen. Okay, I called the main office earlier, but I may have called at a bad time, so I wanted to reach out via email. Wanted to let you know that rash has not gone away since you prescribed me that topical ointment. Okay. Since my last visit, it has started spreading further and has made its way into my groin area and around my anus. Okay. Please call me back as soon as possible. It's becoming very uncomfortable to maneuver around. Thanks. Hope to hear from you soon.
And then I will say
there's two more attached emails.
Oh, I was going to say for all our fans out there, calling our office is always a bad idea. It is always a bad time to call the office.
Yeah, the office hours are accurate and true, but the office phone, bad time.
Bad time. Don't do it.
The second one says, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to whoever gets this email. I guess Google populated your address instead of my primary care physician. Please delete and disregard this message. Again, so sorry for mistake. Thanks for
too bad. We're here to give medical advice now.
Yeah, this is a medical advice podcast at the moment.
That you cannot take seriously at all.
And then
do not.
And then this is the last one. I'm sorry. It has 3.
Okay.
Prithee, delete this email lest thou desire to look. Haha, I jest. Delete it. Should thee crave? Haha, nay. Banish it, lest. From a resident junkie. This was from Carson. Thank you, Carson. That was incredible. Thank you.
It was beautiful. I'm gonna say double up on the ointment.
Double up on ointy.
Double up on the ointment. Ice bath. Ice bath.
Have you tried essential oils? Just put them in and
Fuck
around your
off.
butthole.
That's a very good question.
Like, here's the thing. I know that like essential oils are not regulated by the FDA or not medically proven to do any of the things they claim. However, thieves oil, it does everything. Everything you could ever need. Thieves oil and peppermint. Slap it on your booty.
I take a little bit of water, throw a rat in it for like a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't even have to kill the rat. You just let it swim in there, and that cured up my chicken pox.
So what you need to do is
I don't
slice
know why
a
I chose
cucumber. Slice a cucumber very thinly. Soak that in water. Drink the water, and then put the cucumbers kind of like shingling on the rash, and then you'll be good.
First, you put the rash on the grill. Then you put the rash in the paper. And the results.
I am contractually obligated to say that the best way to treat your spreading rash is to make a sizable donation to the John Normalman Campaign Fund and wait 3 to 5 business months for your ointment to arrive in the mail.
We really gotta start making some money if we're gonna give him $10 million.
Yeah, like
every time he shows up.
So here's the thing:
every time, 10 million every time.
It was in a contract.
Why did you put that in the contract, Caleb?
You wrote it.
What the fuck? Oh,
I also do want to say
we're financially
that,
ruined.
Junk House has been working on a very special project. We are doing NFTs of ourselves. So if you want to get a Cowboy Cordy NFT, it is $99.99.
If you want to get Caleb in the Lionel Richie pose with a tiger in front of the naughty bits, you just mail me $20 loose in an envelope, and I'll get it, and you'll get it eventually.
If you want to get that same picture, but with the tiger not covering the naughty bits, just text me directly. I've got it in my phone.
Yeah, that's free. You don't even have
Cordell took the pictures for us.
I took the pictures and photoshopped in the tiger.
Cordell has seen my penis.
Not wrong.
I developed a policy living with my roommate that I lived with after Caleb in college. Because we were sharing a small room. It was like an apartment style dorm. And so like we had like a living room and then our small little like shoebox room.
Yeah.
I was like, first day, I was like, hey man, we kind of know each other pretty well. I don't want to have to change in the corner every day. So let's just see each other's junk right now. And then it's out of the way. It's not weird. And he was like, okay. So he took our pants off, looked and said, okay, now we're normal. And then we went about our year.
I mean,
that's my policy, and I kind of wish I had enacted that sooner with Caleb because it would have been so much easier.
Yeah,
people think the junk in Junk House is trash.
No, it's that we all took our clothes off in front of each other once, so it wouldn't be weird.
And as we say every week, nice cock,
nice cock,
nice cock, pussy.
It's a psychobilly freakout!